I'm a big Digimon fan, and for nearly 20 years I had always wanted the Digivice toys to do what the TV show did. Now don't get me wrong, I like the Digivices as V-Pets as well, but I always wanted something that mimicked the TV show. But I finally got my wish back in 2015 with the complete selection animation Digivice. Now there's 4 different versions of this release, starting with the Tri version, the second version which was the Memorial Edition, which is based off the events from the final movie. We had also the Last Evolution version, which is based off the events from the last Kizuna movie, and of course the original 1999 version, which is based off the original appearance of the Digivice and its color. Now, if you got the first releases of the Tri version, it also came with the Summer Camp keychain. Now, this is a Premium Bandai item, so it has a lot of cool functions and additional features. Now, it comes with cool audio from the characters, music from the show. When you first turn on the Digivice, it does the in-show scanning Digivice beep. Now the left button controls which Digimon you select, so it goes through Agumon, Gabumon, Piyomon, Tentomon, Palmon, Gomamon, Patamon, and Tailmon. Now the right side controls the 2 music cues, Braveheart for the evolution sequence, and the Butterfly opening theme song. The top right button will control all the various voice lines that the characters do. Now if you want Agumon to play, you would select the left side and you'll hear his voice. Now if you want to do the evolution sequence, you press the bottom button, which will start it. And it will play through the first 30 seconds of Braveheart, and then you can go through all the evolution modes through that time. You have control over whenever you want to trigger it, so it doesn't have to be like played at any point in time. You can cancel the audio at any time you want. Now the funny weird thing that I found in this, you can also trigger the evolution voice lines if you're playing the Butterfly theme song. I guess it's a little bonus. You just simply press the lower button twice in order to select Butterfly. And it just simply goes through the entire theme song, and you can just, play any of the sounds. What's cool is that you can also interrupt any of the music cues to play any of the Digimon. So if you want to just quickly switch to the other Digimon, you can, and it's allowed. And whenever you go into Crest activation mode, the colors of the Digimon will play through the remainder of each of the songs. Now, the Digivice doesn't just have the audio from the evolution sequences. You have also various different lines for each of the Digimon, and they also announce their main attacks. Now, if you wait a little bit, it will go into sleep mode, which will actually trigger the Digimon scanning feature, and then when you press the button again, they'll be like, oh, you just came back. It's a fun little bonus feature to alert you that you forgot that you left it on, but also it gives you this little thing like, oh, the Digimon realized you were missing. Each of the Digimon say various different things, so let's go to Gabumon. But let me first move on to the Tags and Crests set / Emblem set. Now, this was another thing that I always wanted since I was a kid. I always enjoyed the journey that the characters had to go through to find their crest. It was a really cool, interesting thing, especially when Taichi had to go through his whole, trying so hard to be the leader and forcing Agumon to evolve, and he got all screwed up and turned into Skull Greymon. And I really wanted the crest because I thought the concept was cool, and it just took them 15 years to finally release this. Now, the toy comes with all 8 crests, so you can put them in on any side and whatnot, so it doesn't matter which one, so you can be all the 8 of the chosen children. And it actually has a bonus little feature, which I was surprised at. It actually has a built-in light so that it can glow and light up, just like when the crests are activated. Now, my battery in this is kind of dying, but the light normally is very bright. And it also comes with a really long necklace strap so that you can hang it on, and it's fairly faithful to the show in pretty much every detail. The only main complaint I have with the Tags and Crests is that it doesn't come with Ken's crest. Now, you can argue, yeah, that's from season 2 and whatnot, but Ken's crest was also important, and it was the 9th and final crest that we saw in the series. So I thought, as a bonus, they should have included in there as well, because the 2 seasons are still joined together. Now, while I do enjoy this toy, there's a couple of things that I wish they had added. After all, this is a Premium Bandai product, so you expect there be more, effort put into it. They basically called the line based off what they did with the Kamen Rider belts, and the Kamen Rider belts are highly detailed, and they include a ton of sound effects from the characters, to the belt sound effects, to other functions. So they put a lot of effort to it, and this is a fairly expensive item, so I was kind of disappointed in a few areas. While we get the entire song of Butterfly, the Tri version, or if you have the 1999 release, you get all the original versions of the song, Braveheart only plays the 30-second point, which is all just the evolution bit, but it doesn't play the entire song, which was disappointing. Another thing that I was also sad is that we don't have all the evolution sequences in the Digivice. I was thinking they were going to include all of them, because why only start from Agumon while we can also start from Koromon and on? And it's especially annoying because we have Tailmon in here, but we don't have Plotmon, so we just have her perfect stage here and up. So it kind of just like misses out on those missing features. Another feature that I was kind of disappointing is that, while Agumon, Gabumon, and the others have all these cool voice lines, they don't have the other evolution stages have voice lines. So like we don't have voice lines from Metal Greymon, War Greymon. We don't hear their finisher attacks. There's no additional stuff. Another thing that also, if you've noticed, is that the sound effects for the evolution sequence are not here either. So it's cool and all that we can trigger the sound effects whenever we want, the voice lines, and so they can interrupt each other. That's cool. But it would have been handy if, say, they had included a B switch. Like in the Kamen Rider belts, they have an A and B mode selector on a lot of the belts, so we can choose from different subgroups of sound effects. So a lot of times in Kamen Rider, we have the normal sound effects the belt does through the series. Kamen Rider Zero Nose belt from Kamen Rider Den-O, for example, they have a B mode that includes additional sound effects. For example, they included like the first time turn on of the belt. It had different sound effects from when they first revealed his belt. And that was a really cool feature that I really wish that they included in here. So if we had this B mode, what I would have liked it to do is that it would select the full-length version of Braveheart that you can hear through the whole thing if you wish, but also have the full-length evolution sequence play for each one. You would select Agumon, Metal Greymon, whatever, and then it would simply play through the whole thing, including its sound effects. And another thing that they also kind of missed the opportunity on is with the tags and crests. You know, again, like I said, these are Premium Bandai items, and these two things came out roughly at the same time. It would have been cool if they added one additional feature to actually let you use them both at the same time, where that if you have the Crest in front of the Digivice and you push the power button, it would actually send a signal to the Digivice to trigger the perfect stage evolution automatically. So you can hear the entire process through the whole thing, simulating what they did in the show. Now, they could have done it fairly simply by simply adding like an IR transmitter behind the Crest that would simply go into the screen and it would simply detect your button push. It could have been a fairly simple thing. I think it would have added more to the toy. Besides these small little nitpicks here and there and addition things they could have done, I still enjoyed the toy. I'm glad that they also continue on and keep releasing the other seasons of Digimon, because the Digivices were a very unique concept and I've liked all of them, because each one comes with a different function, a different feature, whether scanning cards, using barcodes, chips that get inserted. Now, the only other thing they could probably potentially do is if they merge both the VPETs and the Complete Selection Digivice into one thing where you can actually have a VPET inside and also have the cool show functions. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little review, and I'll be covering more Digimon toys in future videos.